Well, coming off the heels of an epic 2-night Survivor Series, we are live here tonight in Baltimore, Maryland for Monday Night Raw. And my apologies, ladies and gentlemen, I am under the weather. My voice is not entirely here, but I am going to try my absolute best to give you guys the best show that I possibly can. And with that being said, Raw is officially underway, and Jey Uso, main event Jey Uso, Well, obviously, AJ Styles still not happy about what happened at Money in the Bank all those years ago, but someone who is in a great mood tonight is this man right here. Well, that's Survivor Series CM Punk leading Team Raw to victory. And with that victory, CM Punk and everyone else that was involved in Team Raw on the men's side are guaranteed higher entry numbers in the Royal Rumble. Which means that this man right here is one step closer to achieving his goal. And that goal is to main event WrestleMania, a goal that has eluded this man's career for so long. Punk saying he wants to go after Roman Reigns. No, wait a second. These two have some unfinished business that was pushed aside for Survivor Series. But it looks like the time for putting things aside is over. And a disrespectful slap right across the face of Punk. But regardless, I want to see this match. The WWE Universe, they want to see this match. You can cut the tension with a knife. Let's make this match official. A Clash at the Castle coming at you live from Dublin, Ireland. You cannot miss it. Something else that you can't miss is this match that's coming up here in a matter of moments. The Night 1 of Survivor Series. Alba Fire and the rest of Team Raw on the women's side came up short against Team SmackDown. It was Alba Fire who ended up taking the loss for her team. But it was what happened after the match that had everyone talking. Of course, immediately following the Women's War Games match, Becky Lynch would try to apologize to Alba for everything that she had done to her. But Alba was not having it. And as a result, attacked Becky Lynch from behind, and Dakota Kai, trying to break things up, caught astray in the process from her own best friend. Of course, this was unintentional, but right now it doesn't seem like Alba Fire's too worried about that. Right now, the only thing Fire really seems to be focused on is beating Becky Lynch and proving to everyone that she is better than this woman. Or so she claims to be. We've been talking about for a while now how Seth Rollins has been going through this bit of a rough patch as of late, but Becky Lynch has equally gone through just as big of a rough patch as of late. She has been on the losing end of a lot of big matches as of late. And tonight she is looking to get her career back on track. And a big win over a big rival in Alba Fire might just be the ticket to writing a new chapter in the already huge legacy that is the career of Big Time Bex. And these two women, they do not like each other. That is for damn sure. And right off the bat, Fire looking to set Lynch down. Abdomen first. And Alba Fire wasting little time here, going after Becky Lynch, and now look at Fire. Off the second rope and a disaster kick. Disaster kick-esque, I should say. As Lynch goes off the rope, and now look at this. Fire going right after Lynch. And you know Fire has been holding on to this vendetta that she has had against Becky Lynch ever since the split of the Mafia. And I actually did get to sit down with Alba Fire for a little bit. I asked her if she had spoke to either Dakota or Austin since Night 1 of Survivor Series. And she said Dakota had been trying to text her for a while, but she has not been responding. All she can think about, all she could focus on was this match against Becky Lynch once it was made official. And the forearm jab connects there with the jaw of Lynch, who enters back with an elbow of her own. And now Fire off the ropes, and Lynch has something to prove here tonight. Becky Lynch coming into this match with a chip on her shoulder, trying to prove not to just the WWE Universe, but herself that she still has what it takes to hang in there in the big time. As Becky Lynch with a crucifix pin, Alba Fire able to get the count up at 1. Or the shoulder, I should say. As Lynch off the ropes once again. This time she connects with the leg drops that she was trying to land previously. Now Lynch. Well, I'm not sure what the hell happened there. Miscommunication between both ladies, but Lynch looking to make up for it. No roll through powerbomb there, but Alba Fire quickly gets back up to her feet. And now both women exchanging some shots here. As now Lynch answers back with a chop and a right hand there by Fire. Blocking another chop attempt there by Lynch. Now Fire starting to lay into Lynch here, but hold on a second. Becky with a right hand there and a chop combination. And Fire answering back with an open hand chop of her own. And these two are going back and forth. Oh, man. Fire answering right back. Sitting Lynch down with a forearm. And now look at Fire off the top rope with a swanton to put this match away. To put her arch rival away. And is it enough? No. A 2 count there, and Becky Lynch kicks out. I tell you what, it's been a rough week. Coming off of a cold, my voice is really straining here, but hold on a second. Becky Lynch straining Alba Fire with a forearm there, and she almost knocked her off there. Thought for a second that might have knocked Alba out, but Alba Fire is still very much in this thing. And look at Lynch off the ropes, kicking Alba Fire out of the ring here. And now look at Lynch through the second rope. Tope Suicida by the man. The man going airborne. It's not very often that you see Lynch take risks like that. But this is more than just a match for Lynch. And now look at Lynch going to the top rope. Moonsault there by Becky Lynch. And is it enough to put away Alba Fire? No. Now Lynch with a suplex there. And Alba Fire might be in some trouble here. Now look at Lynch burying the elbow right into the corner there. Now send Alba Fire for a ride. You gotta wonder what the mindset is of Dakota Kai watching this match, because you know for a fact that she is watching this match. And she is watching her best friend live out this vendetta that she has had against this woman for months. And now Alba Fire going after Becky Lynch here. And now look at Lynch sends Alba Fire right into the barricade there. Now Lynch got to be thinking about ending this here. Perhaps setting up for the manhandle slam. Looking to put Alba Fire away here as she goes for the manhandle slam, and she gets all of it. Becky Lynch going for the cover here. Let's put Alba Fire away for good this time. And oh, wait a second. Becky Lynch not done. She says, I'm not done with you just yet. But she might live to regret that. As now Alba Fire answers back with a rally of kicks. And that might have been a mistake on the part of Becky Lynch. She normally doesn't make emotional mistakes like that. But this isn't, again, this is not a normal matchup between these two. This is a straight up fight. This is about hatred. And you saw Dakota Kai not exactly forgiving Becky Lynch, but not opposed to it either. And it seems like that rubbed Alba Fire the wrong way. And ever since then, her hatred has been turned up to 11 for this woman. She cannot stand her. Now look at Becky Lynch here. It looked like Alba Fire had a little rally going there, but Lynch, what the hell is this? It was top rope suplex. A modified top rope suplex to end this match here, to put away Alba Fire and Becky Lynch for the first time in a long while. Finds herself in the W column. But you know, this has to be absolutely heartbreaking for Alba Fire. But regardless, Becky Lynch finding herself some much needed momentum. Well, it seems like now we go from hatred to paranoia. And we saw in Survivor Series Night 2, Solo Sikoa absolutely running through Austin Theory. But that wasn't all that Austin Theory had to endure, because shortly after that, he would have an encounter with Karrion Kross, both during the match and after the match, in which after the match, Karrion Kross would absolutely lay out Mr. A-Town down. Not only was Austin Theory put down, but so was Dakota Kai. Both Scarlett and Karrion Kross. Putting those two down on Night 2 of Survivor Series. So as Dakota Kai said, Austin Theory needs to have eyes on the back of his head and watch out. We are about to have ourselves a triple threat match to determine who will face Dijak for the United States Championship. Of course, this is the first of 2 triple threat matches to come here tonight. The winners of both of these triple threat matches will go on to face each other next week. And then the winner of that match will face Dijak on the Go Home episode of Raw for the United States Championship. It's going to be a big episode of Raw before Clash of the Castle. Big United States Championship match. As for who is going to face Dijak, or I guess I should say, who should be determined to stand face to face against Dijak remains to be seen. We've seen JD McDonough and Austin Theory go head to head with Dijak before, and neither times did those end well. And oh, wait a minute. Where are the dogs at in Baltimore? Because we got the biggest dog of them all. The badass, Bron Breakker, is officially on Monday Night Raw. And he looks absolutely jacked. I'm talking straight yoked. Well, Theory and McDonough, they're not sure what to make of this guy. Of course, the son of WWE Hall of Famer Rick Steiner, brother, of course, to Scott Steiner. The Steiner family, or I guess I should say the Steiner legacy, runs in this kid's veins right here. Now, I don't want to say this in a way that insults the Steiner legacy, but I think Bron Breakker damn well might just be the best Steiner out of them all. No offense to Scott or Rick, but look at this right out of the gate. Bron Breakker immediately going after Austin Theory, takes down JD McDonough. And look at this Breakker. The match is already starting. He's already moving around like a bat out of hell. And Theory trying to put a stop to this momentum here. And a forearm right across the jaw of Breakker. And you have to know, the United States champion Dijak watching this matchup very carefully. And of course, later on tonight, we will see yet another triple threat match with the likes of Tommaso Ciampa, Baron Corbin, and Shinsuke Nakamura. That match still to come. But right now, Theory, who got blasted to start off this match, very much holding his own right now. Taking care of business with Breakker, and now, well, wait a second, McDonough looking to snuff out Theory here and going for a quick pin here, and Breakker trying to break things up, but Theory having to get the shoulder up at 2. Very late kick out there from the former United States champion Austin Theory. And now look at this. Just the raw power of Bron Breakker throwing a grown-ass man. And JD McDonough getting slammed to hell with that spine buster. And Theory's there to break up the pin. If I'm JD McDonough or Austin Theory, I would consider maybe teaming up against a guy like Bron Breakker. I know he's new here. He just got here, but man, is he a threat. Especially in this style of match. I know Dijak is a badass on his own right. But if I'm Dijak, I'm secretly hoping that either McDonough or Theory can knock out Breakker early on in this match here. The Theory with a bicycle kick to McDonough. That sends him out of the ring there, and raking at the eyes of the badass, but Breakker gets rid of Austin Theory, just chucking him. Now Breakker off the ropes here, taking out the knee of McDonough. And meanwhile, Theory trying to go back to work here on Breakker, but Breakker not having it, and McDonough getting his lick back. Now trying to go for an abdominal stretch there on Theory, but Breakker immediately there to break things up. Now wait a second. McDonough has Breakker up. Now Breakker once again going after the knee. of McDonough there. And you see Theory there. Theory, oh man, Theory timing it perfectly with a big boot right across the face. I was just about to say, you saw Austin Theory biding his time, waiting for a moment to strike there. And boy, did he choose the right time or what. Theory very much holding his own in his match there, but Breakker sitting Theory down once again. Now wait a second. Theory reversing Breakker into the corner here. And I honestly wouldn't mind seeing a match between these two. Austin Theory, Bron Breakker at some point down the line. That could honestly be a treat in the future, but right now, the only future Austin Theory seems to be worried about is getting that United States Championship back that he lost to Dijak. And right now, McDonough still trying to make a name for himself here on Raw. Playing into Theory with those forearms, and look at this standing Spanish fly. Now, I would say Theory's in trouble, but right now, and Breakker, oh man, oh my god. Breakker absolutely hammering away on the back of the head of Theory, and Breakker just tanked that shot to the head with a kendo stick, and Theory wandering around on the outside. No, wait a second. Karrion Kross is back out here once again, and Theory saying to hell with the matchup, he's just going to go after Karrion Kross. Theory in hot pursuit of Kross, and now it's, well, I guess now it's just down to a one-on-one match between McDonough and Breakker. And oh man, a stiff knee shot there right to the jaw of Breakker. Now look at McDonough going to work here on the badass. Now, oh man. JD McDonough holding his own here against Breakker, and a coup de grace off the top rope. Shout out to his friend and mentor, Finn Balor, and a kick out by Breakker. Of course, as we just saw, Theory in hot pursuit of Kross. Not sure where those two are going. It has boiled down to a one-on-one match here between Bron Breakker and JD McDonough. And right now, Breakker, who is on the receiving end of an offensive onslaught from JD McDonough, has managed to turn things around here in a flash, sitting McDonough down. Now dropping the fist on the Irish Ace. No, wait a second. Not to be outdone in the power game, McDonough deadlifts the big man Breakker. And now a cover here by McDonough, and no. Breakker's still very much in this one. But man, Theory, when he was in this match, and McDonough, they have not made it easy on the newcomer here. That is for damn sure. Now Breakker off the apron takes out JD McDonough. You have to wonder, is it a matter of time? Breakker off the ropes here, but McDonough playing defense. You know, Breakker was going for that spear there. McDonough trying to make the most of it. Now Breakker going off the ropes here perhaps. And hits McDonough with a clothesline. You see how slow McDonough is to get to his feet. And it seems like Breakker's just playing with his prey now at this point. But McDonough still hanging in there. And oh, wait a second. Back and forth here. McDonough not out of this one just yet. Still trying to hang in there with Breakker. Breakker with just a slap right across the face. And another one. These two going at it here. Breakker, McDonough. And McDonough answered back the right hand, but Breakker catches him with a stiff uppercut there, right across the chin. Now Breakker, perhaps looking for that spear. Not sure what angle he wants to hit it at, and it's costing him big time. As McDonough with a double stomp right to the ribs of the badass. And now McDonough once again going on an offensive onslaught here. Sitting Breakker down. And now Breakker with a spine buster. Shades of his father. There's a little bit of Rick Steiner coming out in that boy. Now McDonough looking to make something happen there, but that was ugly. Did not connect with what he was trying to go for there, and he might come to regret it as Breakker finally gets the spear that he was looking for. And a cover here, and this one should be over. Bron Breakker advances to the finals. And I hate to say it, but you might just be looking at your number one contender. That is, we must wait and see who his challenger will be. Well, Kai, in theory, they got a real situation on their hands right now. But right now, we have to change courses here. Because it is time for our second triple threat match here tonight. And of course, Baron Corbin coming up short against Seth Rollins a couple weeks ago. Failed to qualify for the Men's Survivor Series War Games match. Looks to find a little bit of redemption here tonight. Maybe looking to perhaps find a step closer to perhaps maybe challenging Dijak for the United States Championship. One thing is for sure, I do like this Baron Corbin a hell of a lot more than Happy Corbin. But can it lead him to success? That is the main question. And we're about to find out here in a matter of moments. Well, last time we saw Shinsuke Nakamura, he had just come up short in his chance to qualify for the Men's War Games match, coming up short against the phenomenal AJ Styles, which I have just heard in tonight's main event will be taking on main event Jey Uso. That is still to come here tonight. But right now, Shinsuke Nakamura looking for some redemption. Looking to take one step closer to winning some championship gold here on Monday Night Raw. And it's crazy to think that this is Nakamura's only third match here on Raw, and he is 1-1. Of course, his first victory coming against Seth Rollins. And then as I previously just mentioned, last time we saw him, he took an L to AJ Styles, but tonight he looks to right that wrong and turn this ship around. But he's got two other challengers that are looking to do the exact same thing. And we saw Tommaso Ciampa challenge then champion Austin Theory in what was a certified banger, but unfortunately Ciampa not able to seal the deal, and he did eventually end up coming up short in that match. But now it's a whole new ballpark. Ciampa's family in attendance here tonight. His wife and their daughter Willow sitting out of the front row somewhere. But they are here to watch their man kick some ass. And Corbin taking down Nakamura early on here to start things off, and Ciampa dropping Corbin on the back of his head there. And right off the bat, this is absolutely chaotic. Ciampa going absolutely insane right now, taking out both Corbin and Nakamura, and Corbin putting a stop to that flurry of offense that Ciampa was just putting on display there. You know, a lot of people will say that these three men have not exactly been put in the greatest of positions here on Raw. Especially guys like Corbin, who has yet to pick up a victory here in Universe Mode, as Ciampa drops an elbow off the top rope and Nakamura there to break things up. And uh-oh, look at this face-off here. And Nakamura quickly goes for the armbar here. And Ciampa might be in some trouble early on here, but Corbin breaking things up. You know, you can say Corbin's in a bad situation. You can say the situation for Baron Corbin is bad, but I mean, I don't know if I'd say if it's as bad as KSI's new song, which is absolutely terrible. I don't know if I'd say it's that level of bad, but needless to say, the Corbin situation, things have not been going Corbin's way. I mean, seriously, have you heard the new KSI song? It's pretty awful. It's god awful. I'm not gonna lie. As Ciampa, meanwhile, catches Corbin with a bicycle knee strike and follows up with a neckbreaker to Nakamura. And Ciampa once again going off. Ciampa, with his family in attendance here tonight, is going absolutely insane here in this triple threat match. And of course, as we saw earlier, Braun Breaker coming out victorious in the last triple threat match. The winner of this match will go on to face Braun Breaker next week, as Corbin taking the chair out of Nakamura's hands and hangs him up on the top rope. And a DDT followed up by Corbin under the surgically repaired neck of Tommaso Ciampa. Now stomping on the hands of Ciampa here is Corbin, but well, it looked like both Corbin and Nakamura had some similar ideas, and neither of them came to fruition, as Nakamura dropping a knee right on top of that big bald cranium of Baron Corbin, as Ciampa, meanwhile, dropping Nakamura right on his forehead. And is it enough? No, it's not. Again, Corbin, much like his football days, playing some defense. And this is, oh my god, this thing is breaking down here. Nakamura breaking things up with those long legs of his, only for Corbin to meet a chair right on that DDT. DDT right onto the chair there for Corbin. who had got up immediately. I don't know how. It had to have been adrenaline. It had to have been adrenaline. As meanwhile, there's not been a single successful pinfall attempt here in this match. Every pinfall attempt has been broken up by somebody in this match. Meanwhile, once again, Corbin. Or I should say Ciampa. Sorry, this match is all over the place. Ciampa dropping Corbin on his bald-ass head once again. And Nakamura taking down Ciampa. Using those long legs of his to his advantage. Meanwhile, Corbin was taking a lot of abuse in this match. Finds himself an opportunity here. But it doesn't last long. And meanwhile, Ciampa with that steel chair. We know what Ciampa can do with a steel chair. And he has done Ciampa dirty. And so has Nakamura. I should say Ciampa has done Corbin dirty. But meanwhile, once again, Corbin, who has been defensive MVP in this match. Not so much offense. But he's been playing the hell out of some defense. Nakamura sending Corbin into the corner here, but oh, Corbin getting the elbow up there, and Ciampa trying to play devil's advocate here. Pays the price for it. Oh, wait a second. End of days. Corbin with the cover here. Nakamura once again. The streak of broken up pinfalls continues to get bigger and bigger. All three men getting taken out there. But Corbin the only one standing right now. It's Corbin. Sending Nakamura into the corner, meets him with a clothesline. No, wait a second. Not done. This is Baron Corbin. Meanwhile, Ciampa, once again, another DDT. On that, once again, say it with me now. Bald ass head of Baron Corbin being brought down round to the mat once again. And now this time Ciampa getting suplexed onto his abdomen here, and the streak has officially been broken, ladies and gentlemen. Tommaso Ciampa has been the first clean kick out in this whole match. And Nakamura barely missing the leg of that chair on that end of days by Corbin. As meanwhile, Ciampa perhaps looking to maybe take advantage of this situation. Willow's Bell on Baron Corbin. And a cover here to put Corbin away, and Nakamura just barely making the save. And now Nakamura grabbing that steel chair and going to town on Baron Corbin here. And this is legal in a triple threat match, believe it or not. It doesn't always get utilized. And once again, that bald-ass head of Baron Corbin getting abused here. Getting smacked with that steel chair. And uh-oh, wait a second. Oh, man. Corbin going head first onto that steel chair. I hope he's okay. That might be a cause for a concussion. Meanwhile, Ciampa almost securing a date with Braun Breaker. It was just within his grasp, and oh, wait a second, that taste might not be done just yet. And a roll up here by Ciampa, and Ciampa has just secured his destiny. And he will take on Braun Breaker next week. What a match we have in store for you. Tommaso Ciampa, Braun Breaker, one of these two will go on to face Dijak for the United States Championship. It looks like Isla Dawn seeing things Alba Fire's way. But we're going to be seeing things in a pretty epic fashion next week as Braun Breaker takes on Tommaso Ciampa. And then, of course, just made official, Rhea Ripley puts her women's championship on the line, and she'll be defending it against Becky Lynch. And then, of course, in the main event, Cody Rhodes will be taking on Seth freaking Rollins in what is guaranteed to be a certified banger. Well, we go from banger to phenomenal. Oh my God, my voice. Oh my God. Well, I did say that before, at the top of the show, that I had come down with the cold. And it is coming up. It is coming back to me, that is for sure. But nonetheless, it is main event time here on Raw. We saw at the top of the show that AJ Styles seen Jey Uso walk around backstage not having it. Not buying this whole main event Jey Uso shtick. Saying that you are not allowed to change. You will forever be part of the bloodline. And Jey Uso saying, well, if you don't like it, maybe do something about it. And so it looks like AJ was willing to oblige here tonight. Last week on Raw, if you remember, was very interesting. Last week on Raw, Jey Uso was in the main event against his brother, Jimmy Uso, in which he would pick up the victory, but Roman Reigns had some evil intentions towards the end of that match. The only reason why Reigns was never involved was due to the assistance of Drew McIntyre. But now Drew McIntyre, at least as far as I know, is not here tonight. Of course, McIntyre coming up short against Roman Reigns at Survivor Series. Look at Baltimore. Baltimore yeeting away with main event Jey Uso. And there is some history here in this main event here tonight. If you remember, way back in the beginning, the first ever Universe Mode pay-per-view, Money in the Bank, the main event of that show was AJ Styles versus Roman Reigns for the WWE Championship. And during the build-up to that match, no, wait a second, Uso with an impressive submission attempt here early on. But Styles fighting off Uso. But if you remember the build-up to that match, Reigns had AJ take on not one, but both Usos. And the Usos, they gave AJ hell. But if you remember, AJ Styles was able to knock off both Usos in a 1-on-2 handicap match on the road to Money in the Bank. But Roman Reigns was able to deal with the Phenomenal One with ease in the main event of that show. And while AJ Styles has been on a very impressive run, speaking of impressive, what a slam there by Styles. Styles has been on a, no pun intended, phenomenal run as of late, ever since that show. But that loss, it has stuck with him, to say the least. He has not forgotten about that night. Look at Styles over the top rope, taking out Jey Uso. A victory over Jey Uso, while it doesn't bring him the WWE Championship, it might give him that sweet taste of revenge. And once this show is over, I might drink a big gallon of juice or water or something. Probably water. My voice definitely needs it, especially after everything that it's been through here tonight. And right now, AJ Styles in firm control of this match, taking down Uso with another combination. And we saw just a couple weeks ago Jey Uso turning his back on the Bloodline, super kicking Roman Reigns right in the face, saying, "I quit." Hoping that his brother would do the same, but unfortunately, Jimmy Uso, as some people might say, has not seen the light the way Jey Uso has. And a kick out at 2 by the Phenomenal One. Styles still in this thing. But you have to imagine the Bloodline, Roman Reigns, Solo Sikoa, Jimmy Uso, they are very much paying attention to this match here. And Styles trading some haymakers here with Uso early on here. But Uso not willing to take this one lightly. He says, "All right, you want to go blow for blow? Shot for shot? Let's go shot for shot." And Uso, and now Styles answering back with a chop. We got a chop fest here. And Styles answering back with a right hand, but Uso with the right of his own and an open hand chop. And another chop from Styles. And an open hand chop by Uso. Back and forth these two go. These two do not like each other. And now both men, we got a hockey fight here. Both men throwing fists. My money's on Jey Uso here, and Styles winning that exchange there. And he follows up with an enziguri. And you know, AJ Styles on cloud 9 right now. Of course, getting the victory for his team at Survivor Series. Getting a big win. Pinning the SmackDown team captain Edge to get that victory. And now Jey Uso to put away Styles, and no. You know, nothing would make Jey Uso happier than to shut up a naysayer like AJ Styles. But wait a second. That's Solo Sikoa. Solo Sikoa making his way out here. And Jey Uso not seeing AJ Styles coming out of nowhere with that phenomenal forearm. And I think this one might have just sealed the deal for AJ Styles. And no, Jey Uso kicking out, but for how much longer? The phenomenal forearm mostly puts everyone away and follows up with a neck breaker. Solo Sikoa leaving through the crowd here. And Styles picking up a victory over main event Jey Uso. But the presence of the Bloodline is at an all-time high right now. And if you're AJ Styles, you know what the Bloodline can do. It's probably best to get out of Dodge here. If you're AJ Styles, but Jey Uso, not so lucky. Roman Reigns has not forgotten about Jey Uso turning his back on the Bloodline. And Reigns picking apart the announce table here. Reigns has been planning, he's been plotting his revenge since the moment Uso super kicked him in front of everyone. Uso getting sent right into the table. And now Reigns, oh my God. The Bloodline saga is far, far from over.